Today, I want to talk about the importance of surrounding yourself with people that support you and really cheer and root for you. And I'm going to share a story about a deer head and kindergarten show and tell. Hello, Dale Majors here, and welcome to another video. If you're new to the channel, you'll want to like and subscribe and follow along, especially if you want to be better tomorrow than you are today. So let's get rolling. I was talking on the phone yesterday with an entrepreneur that was starting a business, and he said, Dale, what's the most important thing that you look for when you're trying to find a new employee? And this really has to do with, surrounding yourself with the right people. I thought, more than anything, you want to focus on having somebody that has integrity. And one of the next points is, because I think integrity is the most important, but the next is, do they support you and are they rooting for you? Because in business is hard, and a lot of times you're going to do things that just don't make sense. You're going to make wrong decisions, and you want to find people that are on your team, that root for you, that are happy for you. So you want to find people that are willing to go down the path as you discover different ideas that work. When we were building Bike Wagon, which we grew to 10 million in revenue, there were times, at one point we sold a truckload of rugs. If people weren't, trusting of me and trusting my gut, then they wouldn't have tried to do that. But we sold the rugs, and that led to another relationship where we sold a bunch of returns, 7 truckloads. And then from the skills that we learned from selling the rugs and the other returns, we started another line of business that turned into like a $3 million a year annual project. Another thing was, one time I brought a whole van load of planners, leather planners, back to the warehouse. And my friend Paul was like, Dale, what are we doing with planners? I don't get it. But he trusted it. He trusted me, and he was on my team. He was one of those people that was just rooting for me, and we tried it. We turned $3,000 of planners into $18,000. So find people that at least want to believe in you, that want to root for you, that aren't just skeptical and aren't going to give you pushback at every point. So my mom is a perfect example of someone that is supportive and just wants me to thrive and be great. And I'm one of 9 kids, so she just has a whole lot of love to give to everybody. And one time there were when I was a kid growing up, I was in kindergarten, there were dirt jumps behind the church in our neighborhood a few blocks away, and the hunters would go and dump like deer carcasses there. And I have no idea why I came up with this, but I really wanted to bring one of those deer heads to show and tell for kindergarten. And I don't know what my mom was thinking, but it just shows how awesome she was. And I think that she had more of a master plan here, but she went over there with me in the station wagon, and we got a deer head, put it in a bucket, and took it home with us. And this may have been part of her master plan, but it wasn't part of mine. I was going to bring it to kindergarten, but it was in our front yard in a bucket. And the next day, when it was show and tell time, there were flies all over the thing. So we couldn't bring it. My mom, very sweet, she wrote a note explaining how I couldn't bring my show and tell item. And that's what I brought, but I figured I did my best effort. I don't really know, I think people would call child services now at this point if some mom pulled that, maybe, I don't know. But she did, and it's such a good example of having someone that just roots for you and wants to support you and goes along with some of your little whims, right? So do you have people in your life that, and that's an extreme example of really just somebody being supportive. Who in your life do you have that supports you? So think about the people that you spent time with over the last month. Were there people in that group that really just didn't support you, that don't want what's best? Are there people that resent you, that are happy when things don't go well, that aren't happy for you when things go really well in your life? Those are the people you really want to look out for. And I just made a video about not letting others bring you down, about how we put people on the doorstep or in our different kind of levels of how close we let them be. You need to adjust that if you've got people that are bringing you down in life. This whole philosophy helped me build a company where we grew to $10 million in revenue, just surrounding myself with people that really wanted what was best for me and the company. And in turn, we all looked out for each other, and there was a great bond. So if you've got people in your circle that aren't doing that for you, then while we want to be charitable and love people, you gotta be careful with who you allow really close, because they can bring you down. So anyways, that's it for today. If you enjoyed the video, then subscribe to the channel if you want to follow along, and I will see you on my next video.